Well, the SwayBack, Spyderco SwayBack, saw it, thought it was interesting looking, thought it was a real traditional looking knife as well. And it is. And of course it's made by Mr. Schließ, who's a Polish knife maker, and of course did the Techno, original Techno, and then did the Techno 2 later, and of course the Schließ Bowie and the Spidey Chef and some others. And I've never put the Spidey Chef in my hands, and I should. I don't mind the Techno either. I wasn't a big fan of the Schließ Bowie, and I don't know why. I guess I must be a communist, okay, to not like the Schließ Bowie from what some people have just loved on it, but not me so much. There's your lockup. That's like 50%. Okay, and there's a hardened steel insert in there. We will take this apart and take a look, see inside. Pretty simple, really nice design flow. And then blade to handle length. Let's get on this side. Kabingo, not problem there. And really, actually push your finger in here. You can touch that blade. Yes, you can. Pocket clip will go right hand or left hand, and it's just a luxurious one, isn't it? You know, for $280, this is almost too much pocket clip for this cheap little knife, don't you think? And I'm being facetious, of course. It's like, hold on, don't I get this on a $30 shooter? Wow. Yeah, I'm just not digging that. You do have a lanyard hull. Of course, you can get, Spyderco leaves the aftermarket alone. So you can get an aftermarket clip, I believe, from Adam Purvis, and you can get, the Lynch clips and all that, and you can anodize them any color you want, get titanium, whatever. So, okay. But I'm just saying, I'm paying you, buddy, for a knife. I would kind of like a little bit better than this. So, oh well. Now, another thing I'd like, I know I'm asking too much. Sorry, it should have been $500 knife for me to get my request, but a backspacer of sorts would have been kind of nice. One that would actually tube the lanyard hole. So I start into my review, and then, if you want to call it a review, it's a loose term of the word, obviously, but I start trashing it right away. No, the flow of the design is great. The look of the knife, I really like. It's a less is more, simplistic design, really, really nice. And do I need a flipper? No. So no, but the first thing I tried to do was like, I'm not going to middle finger flick this. Why can I not do that? So I go, okay, well, do the thumb. So I try to open it like this, like intuitive, like I'm grabbing a knife and I'm going to try and open it. And I'm going, Jesus Mary, Holy Mother. Okay, and I couldn't open it. And the reason why, if you have one of these, it's you put any pressure on this lock bar, you're going to lock this blade right down in place, because that detamp ball ain't leaving its hole when you're putting pressure on the lock bar. It's just, there's a reason for that. Yes, that's the way it works. But so that means I've got to figure out a way to reconfigure my grip on a knife. In other words, make it less of a firm grip on the knife, because I'm going to have to put everything on the pocket clip and back way off, and then, yes, it'll open up. Yes, it will. And there we go. I'm getting back here, back in the back row. I'm not sure that, that's the way. I like to just be intuitive with a knife and just grab it and open it. And you can, if you just start kind of letting go with the pressure and this and that, but then I don't feel like I've got the kind of grip on the knife that I'd like to have. So it's retraining, and I don't want to have to retrain when I spend this much for a knife. I want it to be pretty much intuitive and easy to open. Bing, bang, like that. And it would be really fidget friendly if it was more intuitive. I was thinking maybe if you're left-handed, this would be easier because you'd be coming from this side. You know what I mean? So this would be, you could do it like this, see? If you're lefty, you're not putting as much pressure on that lock bar. The problem is if you're a lefty, you got to do it blind from the back side because they don't care if you're left-handed. They gave you nothing here, brother. Now they gave you the opportunity to put the clip on the left-hand side, so God bless America for a few things, but that's it. So yes, I've got to retrain, get my fingers down here, and then yes, it can open it and it's smooth. It's nice. I like it. Okay, and it's 8 inches long, 3.5 inch blades. So let's get another one of these Spyderco knives that I hate out here to compare with it, because people are going to say, you just hate Spyderco, don't you? I mean, there it is, about the same size, just about a 1/4 inch less. But let me show you how much I hate Spyderco. Yeah, I hate them. I can't stand them. Where's my bombshells in here somewhere? Tatanka. Oh yeah, forgot about this. Mule, right? PD1 blade. But no, yeah, you're right. I hate them. I hate them so much. It's just a love-hate thing. And what I missed one of my guys. Here you go. Here's one of my favorites. This little Para 3 with a compression lock, which begs the question, could we have done this in a compression lock and skipped this whole thing? And then you'd have had this kind of design. No, you didn't have to take your chainsaw, cut down through a perfectly good titanium scale and back. You could have had a clean, nice look there. And then an unbroken line there. And then just a compression lock back here. I mean, I don't know about the engineering, but there has to be a better way to cut this open, get rid of this line. You know, this frame lock thing's starting to kind of freak me out a little bit. Because isn't this a nicer look? I mean, when the front and the back are pretty much not cut to bits, and you just got this little, you know, and it's so fidget friendly, so easy to do. What's wrong with this? What's wrong with that? I don't see anything wrong with that, and I don't know why they couldn't have done it on this. And a backspacer. Or, I mean, Schlieff does slip joint knives. He does them. And so this could have been a slip joint. Would this have been a disaster as a slip joint? No. No, it'd have been great as a slip joint. Here we go. Now we're going, yeah, about 3, not quite 3.5, but getting close. Oh, I got the tip through there. That's why. Yeah, it's 3.5. Okay. And that's what, 90 millimeters, and then overall 8 inches at 20.5 centimeters, or so near there too. And then if we don't go through the hole, we got 0.135 of an inch, which is, yeah, 3.5. 3.5 blade stock, and let's kick it right on here. 12.2 at 0.48. So that's not terribly thick. This one is good design-wise, and the CTS XHP steel blade is wonderful. It's supposedly a stonewash, and it looks stonewash. Everything looks stonewash about it. 3.89 ounces and 110 grams. This and the Payson, two wonderful designers that where the translation just didn't make it. It didn't make it through the pipeline, and that's really sad. This thing as a slip joint would have been a major, wonderful thing. And no, because then you could have put the hole here, and you didn't. This could have followed, right? This is even. Do your little cutaway, because you don't need any of this garbage. And then it had been a wonderful slip joint. You could have actually had a one-hander slip joint. Just a great looking knife. It'd be nice if this was going to be available, maybe even in a G10 or an FRN, like lightweight, in the future with a compression lock, or a slip joint. Really, G10 or FRN slip joint would be nice as well. Just thinking to myself. At least you're not going to cut yourself here like the Tropin. And I kept wondering, does Spyderco, like the Tropin came out, should have never come out with that exposed blade up by the compression lock, but I got that one modified, as you've seen in previous video, by BJ Hill. And so now it's wonderful because I love the design. It's not that Spyderco doesn't get great designs. It's just, do they ever put the prototypes in their hands and go, you know, I wonder if we could do this better? And all I got to say is, like my buddy Joe says, come on, man. Come on, man. And yeah, the plunge looks symmetrical. It's nice, and it comes with paperwork, and it gives you the background here because Michael Janich writes all this stuff. So Marcin Schließ, Polish premier custom knife maker, blah, blah, blah. Construction CTSXHP, which is, they're saying, a higher chromium rich, basically a stainless version of D2 is what they're saying. Don't fight with me about it. Get back to them. I like the design, and I think it looks very traditional, and therefore a slip joint would have been totally in line. In fact, ZT's doing several, slip joints in the last year and a half, and I think that's something that Spyderco could have done beautifully and got away with, because it would have added another dimension to what they're doing. And that way you'd have had this as a complete covered backspacer area. I think it would have made it more complete, and then you could have done this cutaway and kept that design integrity there. But the way it is, yeah, I'm not that thrilled with it. Ergos on this thing are fine. It's a neutral area here, so yes, not a problem. Reverse grip, yeah, feels real good actually. So that's fine as well. Will the knife be a knife? Oh wow, you know what? That is really sharp. That is like one of the sharpest knives I've ever put on my table as far as factory edge. That is good, man. That's really good. So the detent on this is appropriate. Obviously, the problem is that you're going to increase the detent exponentially with your fingers on the back side of this lock bar, and it'll be really way more difficult than it should be to disengage, or to open and get it out of the detent hole. And of course, finding your balance point. Let's hope it's back here, because there's no way I could stand it up on this little single ridge there. And I think it's right there. So it's right here is where your balance point is. Kind of far back, isn't it? Really kind of way back in here, and it's fallen over to the side. Okay, but that's where it's at. Okay, so disassembly shouldn't be too difficult. Here's a number 8 here, but these are number 6s, so that's too bad. That should have been addressed as well. You really need to go with a number 8 all the way through if you're going to do this. Well, they had some thread locker on this little dog, didn't they? Yeah, there it is. Yeah, you can tell Spyderco knife. They lock them down pretty good. Oh, not bad here though. Okay. Off. Next. And there we go. Well, what do we got here? Okay, we got a bronze washer. It's kind of heavy duty feeling, so not bad there. And pretty clean inside. Internal blade stop. So they've got the stop screwed in both sides. So you've got 2 blade stops in 2 different positions as it travels here. So, okay, that's new to me at least. And here's your pivot. And is it squared off anywhere? Yeah, squared off there. So can I see where that goes? I think it faces the back like that. There you go. So it's a little squared off area back in here. Come on, focus for me. There you go, right there. Ceramic detamp ball. There's your hardened steel insert, which also serves as an over travel stop. Some pretty beefy standoffs there. Reassembly, not difficult. Put it back in here. Stand these down here. And then we've got the pivot screw, which is a small little pivot screw, but it's effective. And then body screw number 1. Not a problem. Body screw number 2. Let's it fits pretty good on my Torx, so even though it's a number 6, I would have liked it to have been a number 8. Okay. Better. Quit pressing on that. There we go. Okay, that's good. We got a little bit of play in that, but I don't know that I can take all of that out necessarily. Let's try this. Okay, just an infinitesimal amount of play, pretty much centered right up. Okay. Now, there was no play when the lock bar was engaged. Okay, I always check it by disengaging the lock bar, and then you can feel it. And I can feel a little tiny bit, but I want the action to be as good as possible. The SwayBack from Spyderco. I like a lot of Spyderco knives. The Yojumbo, of course, I had it modified. The Tropin, I had it modified. But the PM2 and the Mule Team and the PM3 and the Delica, Endura, Firefly, Ladybug, on and on, Bombshell. There's quite a few Spyderco knives that I love, and this one, the design, absolutely. The way it was translated, I'm gonna have to pass on this. I'll look for him maybe to do something in the future in this kind of genre. It'd be nice, because really the overall design's great. It's just the execution I'm not in favor of. Backspacer, please do a different type of lock, or slip joint or something, but this I don't like. Take care. I'm gonna let you go. Thank you so much for joining me, and yes, we do love them knives, so you guys stay sharp.